What's good, my peoples? It's your boy E. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we just back in this thing, man. I just want to talk about a little bit more, man. I know this AC kind of blowing kind of loud. I heard it in the last video, but the thing is, I can't really turn it off right now because it's not really blowing cold. And if I turn it off, it's gonna be hot, and I'm gonna be sweating here trying to make this video. I already went down there and talked to the lady. She talking about ain't nobody else complaining about it, but everybody else ain't in my room. And you know how shit go when it comes down to us. You know, the people always want to do some different shit with us, but. She told me I can change rooms tomorrow before 1 o'clock, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. This room has been hot. Apparently, everybody else's room is blasting cold, but mine is hot. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even really sleep the way I want to sleep. And I should have got more sleep early. I should have got a lot more sleep earlier, but the AC was acting like this, and it made me. It put me in a position where I didn't even want to go to sleep because I was already under anesthesia from this procedure that I had to do earlier. But anyways, man, yeah, I just want to talk about this, man. So, I feel like, man, we gotta always stay grateful for where we are now compared to where we are, or compared to where we were then. We gotta always stay grateful. You gotta always look back on your life and see what's better about it today than what it was last week, last month, 2 years ago, a year ago. You know, you gotta always peep these times and realize, like, damn, life was much harder a little while back. You know what I'm saying? Life was a little bit more difficult. There was a little more. What's the word I'm looking for? There was a little more pushback from trying to get to trying to get somewhere like where I'm at now compared to where I was then. You know, like, you gotta kind of pay attention, bro, and really be grateful, bro, because a lot of times we don't even pay attention to the things that we've gained. You know what I'm saying? And okay, let's not go materialistic. Let's go, spiritual wise. You know what I'm saying? You've gained a bunch of knowledge. You've seen through a bunch of bullshit. You started to see shit for what it was. You started to be able to love yourself more, care more for yourself. You know, you've been able to provide that gratification that you've been looking for from other people, from yourself. You've been able to provide all of the things that you hope somebody else could do for you outside of you, and that is a great ass power to notice and gain, and know that, and even if you haven't fully gained it, to know that you're on your way to gain it. Because trust me, if you're in this fight, you're in this spiritual battle, you're going to get there soon. There's going to be a time when you get there. If you're not there yet, you're going to get there. It just takes some time to process. Sometimes it's a little longer for some people more than it is others. And trust me, there's other people who boy, you see my voice. You see how my tongue get twisted when I be trying to talk sometimes, dog. It's a thing y'all gotta work with me with. You feel me? But yeah, man, you see things, and what the fuck was I trying to say? Shit, god damn it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you see things gradually getting better, growing in your mind, body, and spirit, bro. And it's like, bro, dog, these are things that you have not gained, that you have yet to gain when 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years, 1 year ago, 6 months ago, bro. Some things that you got now that you didn't have 6 months ago. It's some things now that you realize that you didn't even realize 2 or 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit like that you have to be grateful for, because it's like, bro, there's a lot of things that's grown on you that is so valuable. It's so great to have, that if you look at the world, so many other people is not carrying, bro. You're really ahead in some ways, in a lot of good ways. You know what I'm saying? You're really ahead of a lot of people in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if they know more than you, they read more books than you, there are some things mentally that they aren't carrying like you. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate where you at and the things you got. Now, let's get a little bit more materialistic, all right? How about, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even keep you couldn't barely keep $100 in your account like 5 years ago, and then it got to a point to where, okay, now you got like 150 in your account. You know what I'm saying? It was a time where you could barely was able to pay your phone bill and keep it on every month. You know what I'm saying? And you finally start keeping your phone bill on now that you made a little bit more money. Now you're starting to see $200, $300 rack up in your account now. Shit that you couldn't see like 2 or 3 months ago. And then now, before you know it, you start to see 500, 800, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up in your account, 1,200. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was a car. You was just thinking about, I ain't got a car. Man, how am I gonna get a car, right? And then before you know it, you find a good car. You find a car at a good price. As a matter of fact, you didn't even have the most money to go out there and spend to buy a car. You had to run across some shit that came just out the blue at a perfect time to kind of help you out and get you rolling on the road. You know what I'm saying? So look, now you can drive. Now you can move places and do certain things. Shit that you couldn't do a year to 6 months ago. Remember? Shit. And like now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're able to go places and do other things that can make you more money. Now you're starting to see what? $2,000 in your account. What now? Now before you know it, it's 5,000. You see 9,000, 10,000 in your account. You didn't even see this shit before. Now it's there. And this was in there, and I'm not. And look. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this what's going on with me. I'm not saying it at all. I ain't putting my business out there. I'm just letting it be known, because some people out there getting it right now. Some people out there, they coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they coming up in the midst of all this bullshit, all this demonic stalking and people getting in your business. They coming up in all of this type of turmoil that's supposed to be going on around them. They're becoming the eye of the storm and making sure they are calm within it and still be able to get things done. You know what I'm saying? And that is a great power to grow, man. That is a great power, bro. Like, I'm not saying that I got it all like that, but I'll tell you what, I didn't really have shit last year. It was this year where I just really started to gain some more shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't saying I got no whole bunch of thousands in my account. I'm not even putting it on blast like that. But I'm telling you what, I'm able to get I've not been able to, get a room for weeks and just be staying in them and be okay still. I'm not been able to do that shit lately. I mean, past times I've not been able to do that. Maybe one night or two, but I'm not weeks and shit and just be here and still be okay and still not be feeling like, oh, I'm finna be broke or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't doing the best, but I ain't doing the worst either. You know what I'm saying? And I could be doing a lot worse, and I was doing a lot worse. And I remember when I didn't have none of this, and I wasn't even able to do none of this. You know what I'm saying? So it just really it makes me grateful. It really do. All I gotta do is look back in time. Look where we came from, y'all. Look where we came from. We're not doing that bad no more. Even if you only have $500 in the account, bro, and you've not been able to hold that or had it in your account, that is your cushion. That is something you can use when you need. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It comes in handy for you. You didn't have that 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now you got it. So all I'm saying is, man, just be grateful for what you have. And even if you don't have it all, it's okay. You working towards it. You still in alignment. And guess what? You got more than you've been having. So that means you are going up. You are moving at an upward trajectory. And, all you got to do is stay on the same path and you'll get somewhere more. You know what I'm saying? And something might just fall in your lap and make you fly way to the sky for you. Just saying, man. You got to believe, man. Believe in you are going to get somewhere. And trust me, that manifestation just comes out. It just comes out. It just does what it does. Like I say, it don't always come overnight. Like the shit I've accumulated has not been no overnight shit, nigga. It's been like 3 or 4 or 5 years before I even accumulate what I have, as much as I have. And I don't even got all that much. I'm just saying, but I'm not doing bad. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, nigga, I had nothing. I remember when I had nothing and I was balling, trying to see if I can get something to keep my phone bill on until I get paid the next week when I realize I have to work. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I just have to hope that you can understand that when I get to work, sometimes I don't even know when I'm finna work. You know what I'm saying? It was at a point where I'm like, I don't even know what I'm finna do. I don't even know when I'm gonna get this money for you, but I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was bothering me, bro. But just think about it. I don't have to worry about that no more. And you don't either. A lot of y'all doing way better than y'all used to. And sometimes you might feel like, no, I'm not really doing all that well. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Just look at what you've accomplished Look at what you come from and look at where you at now compared to there. That's all you gotta do. Don't compare. Comparisons is the killer of all joy. You know, just look at you. Just look at you. You're the only person you need to look at right now for you to feel that joy about yourself, all right? So go on, take a look, man, and see what that look like, all right? Peace.